Hey everyone. A little weird that you guys are hearing us before the actual intro goes through, but we do have an announcement. This is episode 11 right now that you are about to listen to, but we are actually not going to have an episode come out on October 1st.
Yep.
Right, guys?
Mhm.
October
Yeah.
1st?
First.
October 1st. We have decided that we are going to start releasing and recording weekly. This is going to be a big step for us to take this to the next level, really flex our creative minds too, to come up with better content for you guys and, show you guys that we are very much so dedicated to this. So as it goes right now, we're going to have episodes releasing every Monday. That is the goal. As of right now, we, funny enough to say, we actually have every episode already recorded. But with that being said, we are also going to start releasing snippets. Really Instagram reels. We're going to be making an Instagram, which is going to be huge. And we are going to start putting little snippets from that episode that we released that week onto a reel into Instagram. So just in case you guys don't know that there's a new episode out, when you're running through Instagram, you might actually end up seeing one of the reels to remind you, hey, there's a new episode out. Might as well go listen to it. And eventually we do actually want to bring video into our YouTube side of things. We've heard it from some of you guys that when you're on YouTube, you want to see a video, you want to see our faces, and we understand, we get it. So eventually, most likely beginning 2022, we're thinking, we're going to actually have our faces plastered all over YouTube so you can see I don't know why you want to see us, but it is what it is. So yeah, we're very, very, very excited over here. We're excited to be able to give you guys the content you deserve by uploading weekly, keeping you guys constantly moving, and knowing that there's always going to be content from us because we enjoy doing this so much. Right now, this really started to be a side project for us, but we don't want it to be like that anymore. We do want to make this. We want to make this big. We want this to be, a big part of our lives for a while. So thank you guys for the support. We appreciate, the feedback and the comments and you guys letting us know how you guys feel about it. And we want to keep putting out more stuff for you. And with that being said, on to the episode. Welcome everybody to the 11th episode of Project Blacklist. We are only going to be talking for an hour.
Is that bad?
I don't even know why I said that, to be honest. But here we are.
That's what we always do.
I know. Welcoming my co-hosts Brian and Shahan. Say hi, guys.
What's up?
Hi, I'm not drunk. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm actually I am actually sober right now.
For the next 5 minutes until the fucking vodka kicks in, but it is what it is. So we got a fun one for you today, something that I think we can all speak on in some ways.
Yes.
Motorcycle culture versus car culture. There are a lot of huge differences between these two. I personally am not really involved in motorcycle culture, but I have a lot of friends that are, to include Brian and Shahan.
Hi, that's me.
Eventually I'll get into it, but it's not something that's really in the cards yet for me. But I want to hear your guys' side.
Can I start with something?
Yeah. Shahan, you go ahead and take that away.
So I'm fairly new to motorcycle culture, but I've noticed that there's two main types, right? There's the Harleys and the choppers and shit like that, just the old white dudes with leather jackets and shit. And then there's the sport bike culture. The sport bike culture is a little weird because I feel like half of them are just kids that drink Monster and are dumb. Yeah, they're just dumb Kyles that drink Monster and take unnecessary risks. And then there's the ones that are somewhat invested in cars and the people who are similar to the people who are in car culture. I just wanted to point that out first. Am I right about that or no?
Yes and no as far as sport bike riders go, but there are the ones who I guess they would fall. The ones I'm thinking of would fall into the category that you said of they just take unnecessary risks.
They drink Monster and they wear Osiris shoes.
Probably they're the dudes that build stunt bikes.
Those dirt bike kids. Yeah.
No, not dirt bike kids. they would take like a Ninja ZX6R or 636. They will chop the front, put new handlebars on that obviously typical motorsport bike handlebars are at an angle. These ones will go straight across. They will add a second brake onto their clutch hand. They add a bigger brake onto the rear so that they can hold their wheelies longer. They'll do just a lot of things to make it to where, like, going down the freeway at 70, they can hold a wheelie for like 4 miles.
Wait, should we explain?
Wait, what? Putting a second brake on your clutch handle? That's a thing?
Yes, it is. So they'll have literally, I shit you not.
What wheel does it break though?
It's for your rear.
Oh.
No, because you already have your front brake, and they leave that one alone. They might add like a braided brake line so it doesn't get tangled.
So they add a second rear brake to the front handle.
Yes, and they won't use that foot brake anymore.
Oh, just to make it easier.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
I feel like that's so
brake,
scary.
The foot brake is kind of like you don't use it that much.
I mean that's the thing. Like dirt bikes are different than motorcycles, but as far as like the handle placement and everything that's on it, like it's the fucking same. Thinking about a fucking brake on my gas handle literally sketches me out and scares me. Like that. Nope.
That's every bike though.
No. This is different.
Dude, having a brake right above your clutch, that makes it even more confusing.
No, it's not above your clutch, it's under your clutch, but it's still on
just next to your clutch. Fuck that.
What?
Yeah, so you're using your index finger, so you'll get a shorty clutch lever that's like maybe the length of your index finger or a little bit shorter. So you can just need one finger for it. And then your new brake, you'll have your middle and ring, or maybe just your middle, depending on how good you are, and that's your rear brake.
This sounds super sus,
dude.
By the way,
looks terrifying.
If nobody here knows about bikes, who's like fucking listening, maybe we should give them a little crash course of the basics.
Sorry, Sean, you just learned the basics.
Okay,
show me what you learned.
So engine sizes, we go by cc's, which is cubic centimeters, right? Am I right about that? I don't know.
Something like that.
Okay, but like, you know, the lower end would be like 250, 300, and then the kind of the middle of the pack would be like 500s and like 600s, and then 1,000 cc's is 1 liter. Okay, and they're just called liter bikes. So, yeah, and your clutch is on your left hand.
It's also it's cubic capacity by chance, not just
okay.
It's not cubic centimeters.
Okay, your clutch is left hand. Rear or front brake is right hand. And your shifter is left foot.
Yep.
And your rear brake is right foot.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, just so you guys know, bikes are manual. Aren't there like automatic ones now?
There are.
That sounds disgusting.
It kind of freaks me out.
Though.
No, they're not. They are still kind of an unknown science.
Yeah.
As far as like, or not unknown, but like an imperfect science, because
okay, that makes sense.
Most manufacturers aren't doing it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, the only manufacturer that is car related that does bikes is Honda and Suzuki, I guess. But they're not in the American market anymore. So,
anyone that likes a Hayabusa, get the fuck away from me.
Don't get a Gixxer anymore. Like, they're not even that great.
Gixxer 750s are actually still really good.
750s, yeah, but like they're like beginner bike. They still make 250s in a world of 300s now. Like, but, all the starter bikes.
Really?
Yeah, so they still make 250s.
I'm gonna be real with you. Anything under a 600 is a waste of money.
Not my Ninja 400.
I think so.
Speaking of which, I have a Ninja 400.
And I've had a CBR 600 double.
Dude, I don't care about speed and power though. Like, I just want to learn how to ride. Like, I think.
Yeah, and that's what I learned how to ride on.
Yeah.
Did you have a double R, Brian, or no?
I didn't. It was an F.
I almost bought a double R.
I think. So mine was before they started
What's the engine capacity of a double R?
It's the same. It's still a 600, but it's just tuned.
Oh, okay, got you. I think my favorite brand, honestly, is Yamaha.
I think, dude,
they didn't have an R3, so that's why I didn't get one.
This guy.
I don't know, man. The
I like
R6
Ninja
is
too.
probably still the R6 is probably still my favorite. Like,
Yeah, the R6 looks fucking
Is-
godly, right?
and
It looks-
I've ridden one before.
Raven was the best bike ever made.
So my thing is with the new R6s is that they are just way too fucking uncomfortable to ride for long periods of time.
Yeah.
Like, in my opinion, you'd be better off getting a CBR.
Yeah.
They're more comfortable. They're still fast.
Hondas are like they're not like super sport. Like they look like they're super sport, but they don't ride like they're like super sport bikes.
They have a really nice seating position.
Yeah.
That, like, not super hunched over.
They're like cruiser bikes, right?
Almost, yeah.
They're like cruiser
They're
bikes,
still fast.
but they look like they're super sport. Like it's actually really really interesting because I was about to get a CBR 500, but that one already sold, so I got a Kawasaki Ninja. Just so you know, like
the CBR yellow?
no, it's like red and black and shit. That's like the
that's what
base
it was.
color. Yeah. Just
Or
so
you get a Red Bull
you
kit.
guys know, for super sport bikes, like the main companies are going to be like Kawasaki, Yamaha, Honda, and Suzuki, right? Like, and Ducati as well, but they're like more premium. Ducati's like the king of the hill kind of shit.
Ducati is basically like having a Ferrari.
Yeah.
On two.
Yeah.
For a bike.
That's the way
Yeah.
it's always looked to me.
Dude, that white Ducati fucking leader bike that I showed you guys. I don't know if you guys remember. That thing was sexy, dude.
Dude.
But I'm not ready for a leader bike.
Let's do something fun between those four brands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's class them by car class. Like, as far as
I like that.
like German, American, exotic, like whatever, something
Okay.
along those lines.
Ducati,
Ducati 100% exotic.
exotic,
100.
and are they
Probably-
actually Italian though? Like the
They are
brand?
Italian.
Yeah, they
I'm
are.
pretty sure
Of
it's
course
Italian.
they're Italian,
Yeah.
bro. Of course they are.
I mean, listen to the name. It's Ducati.
Yeah.
It ends with an I. Come on. Honda, I would probably say
Hella
is-
JDM.
JDM.
No. I would probably put Kawasaki in that.
Nah.
Like, in my opinion, when I look at them both, like, because I've ridden the R6 and I've ridden the CBR 600RR. I've ridden both of those.
You just mentioned a Yamaha, not a Kawasaki.
Wait, what?
Kawasaki's Ninjas. Yamaha
Wait,
is
did I say
our-
Kawasaki? Oh, I meant to
Yeah.
say Yamaha. I'm sorry.
I'm so sick with Kawasaki being JDM though.
I have a Kawasaki. Yeah,
I
Kawasaki's
agree.
JDM.
I
Hell
agree.
yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I agree. That's
I
JDM.
I own one. I know
Yamaha.
how.
Yamaha, I would say, is JDM, and I would probably class the Hondas. I would probably class those more European
I think I can see your point. Yeah,
because of the fact that, look, they're still fast. They still
they drive really well.
have that
They
have that
are
grunt to them,
smooth.
but they drive really well and they're
Yeah.
smooth, just like a German car.
Yep.
Yeah. I can see that.
BMW makes bikes, by the way. They're just more expensive.
The S1000 is disgustingly
The
beautiful.
S1000 is a fucking tank.
I met a dude that had one just when I was riding my old piece of shit, and oh my god, that bike was so beautiful. But
I never
they
see them on the
sound
road
wicked,
though.
too.
I never see a BMW
No.
bike on the road.
They're expensive.
they
Are they
but
more
also-
expensive than Ducatis though?
No.
They're
No,
not? Okay.
Most people.
but I never
would
see
ride,
Ducatis either.
I see Ducatis around. At least here, because I'm in like a fucking beach town,
There's
right?
somewhere where you can ride year round, can't you?
Yeah, here you can ride year round. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
100%.
You can only ride for about 4 or 5 months here.
It's Florida, bro.
I'm like 3 here.
I'm in
I
Michigan.
love riding my bike. It's so fun. It just feels like you're.
Actually, like one. It just
It just feels like you're jet skiing on land or on a roller coaster that you can control. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, it still makes the sound of a car.
So, like, let's talk about the big differences.
I think.
Yeah, let's actually
let's
get
talk
into
about,
car
like-
culture now too.
Yeah. So let's talk about not only car culture, but let's talk about like the big difference in the personalities between the two types, because there is a massive difference between my friends that are mainly bikes versus my friends that are mainly cars.
More alcohol for the bike people. Actually,
Wait,
I don't know
what?
about that.
I don't know.
Well, I think that the car version of the dudes that ride like Harleys and shit like that, they're just like the ones that
big
like the old white dudes that have like somehow like have like
American muscle, baby.
Ford
Corvettes and shit.
GTs and Vipers and shit. You know, like those old men that
Yeah.
have like those like exotic fucking American cars somehow.
Yeah.
I agree and disagree with that because those dudes, like, yeah, you see the older ones. The young guys that have those two are the current Mustang guys.
They're Asian,
The
mostly.
Mustang, Camaro, Corvette guys.
Oh, okay,
right?
yeah.
Honestly, that's who. Like, they love that sound that Harleys make when they're just fucking idled.
I don't
That
like the
little
sound.
pop. It was an accident. Harley is not that good at making engines.
I don't care for like any sort of Harley sound or like chopper sound at all. I don't care for it. It sounds dumb to me.
There's certain ones that I think sound good, but I'm a sucker for a good-looking bike more than anything.
Oh my!
Have you seen like, dude? Honda makes like this cruiser bike. I don't know what it's called. I'm gonna look it up.
That's the other thing. Harley makes cruisers, but they don't even make the best ones.
Honda does, right?
Honda makes
Or like a Japanese.
the longest lasting ones, in my opinion.
What's the one that like, dude? I'm going on the website right now. I'm gonna check. You guys can keep talking. I'm looking shit up.
All right, so another difference I've noticed with like bikes versus cars, or at least the people that ride them. Dudes that ride bikes more than likely don't start acting a fool in their on their bike until they see a group of others.
Yeah,
I found
Car
it.
guys kind of wild out immediately.
Dude, the Honda Rebel 1100. That shit looks clean. Like,
my mom had a Rebel.
but like a fucking liter fucking version of it.
So don't get confused. Rebels or any fucking oh my god, can you stop saying Harley?
It looks like a Harley.
Any cruiser, yeah, it does. Any cruiser that is a leader bike is not a true leader bike. They need that power because they're heavy, like a fucking Mustang.
So they're like muscle cars, is what you're saying. Okay, so like we can compare chopper to muscle cars then in sport bikes.
That's what I was
like
saying.
Sports cars, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's 100% what they are.
Yeah.
Honda's CBR is made to race. The R6 made to race. They don't race leader bikes because that bike, it's got extra weight. When you tip it, it's more likely to go over.
Yeah.
So every brand's like Kawasaki 636 or their ZX6R, that's a race bike first. Just like how the S2000 was a race car.
Yep.
Like
I heard they're shooting up in price, by the way, S2000s. I heard that they're shooting up in price right now. S2000s, yeah.
They're going more now than for like new cars.
Like,
do you think it's because, Honda might actually make an S2000?
No.
It's because I think it's because they won't, right? I think it's because they won't. Like, I feel like we've gotten the direction that Honda is going now, and they're not gonna bring this shit back because like they don't give a fuck about rear wheel drive, all wheel drive. They don't give a fuck unless it's like accurate, right? So
Facts.
I feel like because of that, like because we know that's probably never gonna come back, and like the BRZ and shit is like the only competitor, I feel like the S2000 price has just shot up in value.
Yeah.
Because your only competitor is something newer.
I wonder why though. Okay, like don't get me wrong, I like the S2000. I really like the S2000.
I do too.
The S2000 and the NSX
with a hard top. Though? It needs a hard top.
It needs a hard top. Those are the only two cars from Honda that I like.
Yeah.
Period. It's just the truth.
I love them too.
Do you want to know why people are obsessed with the S2000?
Why?
Do you guys like Miatas?
Yeah, I mean,
it's just a Miata with more power, right? Like
exactly.
You don't need to buy that turbo kit right off the bat.
I don't need to try to swap a V8. I don't need to get a turbo kit. I don't need to do anything.
Yeah, that engine is good.
With more power off rip.
That engine is actually good.
Better, in my opinion.
Dude, it's a natural. It's an NA engine, and like I think the horsepower per liter is like really fucking high on that engine.
Yeah.
What is it?
They're like?
It's like so it's VTEC too, right?
It's a F. Yeah, it's a VTEC F20C engine. They're like inline fours, and they're just NA. But
it's a 4-cylinder. I thought it was a V6.
No. Dude, it's a 4-cylinder with like 247 horsepower. Just NA.
Shit.
Yeah, that's insane for the time period. Like, dude, for the time period that it was like made, that's insane numbers.
Yeah, that's nuts. 247 horsepower for a fucking 4-cylinder.
Yep.
Like, dude, for crying out loud, look at the fucking Look at the BRZ. The BRZ is never going to touch that.
And this was like early 2000s, right? The BRZ is 2013 plus.
Yeah,
that's pretty insane.
I guess it just sucks mostly because you know, with the EPA Act and everything. I have a really big feeling that manufacturers are getting fucking hounded. So like any kind of like cool idea that they have is just shot because they can't do anything with it.
Yeah, it's
for some
EPA.
reason, dude. Okay, so Dodge made another version of the fucking Challenger. So they now
wide
have
body one.
It's another wide body.
Jesus
It's
another
a Challenger,
wide body.
a Challenger SRT Super Stock. So it's not a Hellcat, but it still has
ugly.
It still has eight. So the Super Stock is a very famous car from back in the 70s. Like the Challenger Super Stock. It's a very, very, very sought after model.
Gotcha.
But this Super Stock is 807 horsepower and 707 foot-pounds of torque.
Okay, look.
Like,
is it
why do they have like here's my thing with them.
Wait, 800 you said?
807, yeah.
So it's like demon levels.
Yeah, it's 40 less than the Demon.
And
but like
it's wild.
So the Demon
but it's
is
only huh?
So they got rid of the Demon, right? So the highest model that you can get is the Hellcat Red Eye. Yeah, this is like above the Hellcat Red Eye.
It's 10 horsepower more.
That's fucking insane, dude.
It's stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
That's insane.
Like, unless they're getting rid of the Red Eye and not selling it anymore,
I don't think they
then
are.
I understand. They have a replacement. But I don't think they are. So now they have the Challenger RT, Challenger RT Scat Pack, Challenger SRT, Challenger SRT TA. No, I'm sorry, the Challenger RTTA, which is like another version of the Scat Pack.
So many, dude. So many trims.
Challenger Hellcat, Challenger Hellcat Red Eye, Challenger.
As long as you have a
Super
V8,
stock.
you're chilling,
Like,
bro.
I just don't understand. Like, what the fuck's the point? Because now you can get the Hellcat in either a standard body or a wide body.
Yo, Dodge is just savage. Can you imagine if Dodge brought back the fucking neon SRT4?
In my opinion, there is no fucking reason to have 8 different models of the same car. What the fuck is the point? Like, sell the Hellcat, sell the Hellcat, sell the Super Stock, sell the Scat Pack, and end it there.
Aren't they all just the same engine, but like different tuning and different turbos and shit like that?
So the only thing that is the big difference between the RT is a 5.7 V8, which is 375 horsepower. The Scat Pack is a 6.4 V8 with 485.
But then they add superchargers to the higher end ones. Yeah.
Well, no, it's a different engine. So
okay.
The Hellcat is a 6.2 liter supercharged V8.
Yeah.
And the Super Stock is a 6.2 liter bigger supercharged V8.
I thought they had a 6.4.
The 6.4 is in the Scat Pack.
Jesus.
Dude, what if you just bought the Scat Pack, the 6.4, and just threw a
lot of people do that, but they
supercharger on that? And like, is it... Okay, go ahead.
Well, a lot of people do that, but they put turbos on it instead because it makes a lot of fucking power.
But is it more power than the Hellcats and shit?
Yeah, it blows it out of the water.
Bro, fuck a Hellcat then.
Yeah, no, I'd rather just get a wide body Scat Pack.
I feel like you'd save money too, right? You would save money, like if...
Not necessarily, because that's the thing. Like a Scat Pack is still pretty 45 grand. You can buy a Hellcat
is like 60, 70?
50.
Oh,
yeah, I mean,
50?
you can buy a Hellcat on the used market for like 50 grand, even less.
Damn, dude.
But that's for the older model. If you get the wide body, then it goes up in price. And the Super Stock is probably going to end up selling for fucking 80 grand, if not more.
Yeah, okay.
So that's the thing. Like, if you spend $45,000 on the Scat Pack wide body, if not more, probably closer to 50 because it's the wide body version. Now you have the bigger tires, the bigger wheels and everything. And whatever else comes with that, different suspension, yada, yada.
Better grip.
Better grip. But at the same time, now you have to spend 20 plus grand into modifications to make sure you can have a proper turbo kit. Most likely it's going to end up being custom. And depending on which way you go with piping, titanium or stainless steel, it can end up being a $40,000 project, if not more. So you end up paying the same, but you have a more badass car.
Honestly. You know, like one pro, but also a con of Dodge is like you can buy a Challenger or even a Charger, and like I feel like you barely need to modify it aesthetically, right?
Well, I don't mind that, honestly. Like
Yeah.
I'm very
That's
I think
a pro
they did
and a con, right?
they did a great job with the exterior of those cars, but
Yeah.
honestly, I fucking hate the
I
interiors.
think we've taken a hard
Yes.
left turn here, guys.
Yeah, we have. We're talking about shit too deep.
We're
Just Dodge.
strictly talking about Dodge right now.
Yeah, you're not kidding. You're not kidding. But here's another thing. So let's talk about
Bikes?
those cultures within that, because you know what the Mustang used to be within the culture, you know, a bunch of people that crash all the time, yada yada. that is now started to transfer over to the
Dodge?
Challengers and the Chargers.
It's become all muscle cars because Mustang drivers lose their fucking minds.
Yo,
Yeah, so it's a lot of Challengers and Chargers. So who are those people within the motorcycle community then?
I just want to say I think there's lots of assholes in both cultures, in bikes
girl.
and cars, right?
There's gatekeepers in everything.
Yeah, there's lots of
they're so
assholes.
awful. But I also don't want to take away from the people that like
Truly are genuine, right?
yeah, you can meet some great people in both
Yeah,
communities.
I agree.
Like, you can go to a car meet and meet a dude that obviously you've never seen him in your life.
He's not an
Walk
asshole.
up to him, ask him about his car, and he'll be like, "Yeah, man, I do all of this stuff. If you
Yep.
ever need help, text me. Here's my number."
Yeah, I fucking love those guys.
And literally, all you want to do is say hi and meet somebody. And you will meet those guys at like motorcycle stuff. It's just a little more spread out because their only avenue kind of like meeting up with people is car meets. Like,
Yeah,
I think we've all seen it. You show up to a car meet and there's just that little group of bikes kind of off to the side because no one really knows who they are.
not
I'm
where I
talking
am.
about moms. Yeah.
My community is too tiny.
Yeah. That's
Would you say car meets are more common than bike meets? They are,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I never see bike meets, and the only time you ever see a meet is if it's a car meet.
Yep.
yeah. So
I agree, actually. You're right.
for bikes, it's less about like going and showing off your bike. It's more about just going out and riding. That's why they're not.
Yeah.
Because
It's a different experience, though. That's the thing. Like with cars, you know, you guys are mobbing around, sitting somewhere is badass. When it comes to a bike, if you're driving past a parking lot,
Yeah.
you're probably not even gonna fucking see the bike.
You don't want to
No.
park that shit. You want to drive it and ride it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, it's a completely different
What is
experience.
that going to do for you to park your bike and
Yeah.
just sit there
I
and look at
agree.
it in front of people?
Because when it comes to like actual aesthetics, I feel like you can do way more to a car than you can to a bike. So a car
Yeah.
can sit in a parking lot and look pretty, but a bike, it can also do that, but not to the potential of a car, right?
Low key, a bike on a kickstand looks stupid. Like, it's just, oh, cool. You have a bike that's leaned over a little bit.
Bikes are also a little bit different in a sense where like I feel like you're a part of it, right? Because
Yes.
everyone can see you riding it. Everyone sees your gear, your gloves, your helmet, your jacket, whatever you have, right? So like
Mhm.
a bike is more integrated into like you as a person, whereas a car, you can hide behind your like fucking tinted windows and shit. But a
Yeah.
bike, it's more like connected with you, right? Like you have way more control. You're way smaller, right? Like I just feel like a bike is more like it has to be compatible with you as a person as well.
I definitely think it's a more tight knit community too because of the danger of what it is.
Yes,
yeah.
Like
yes.
here's the thing: the chances of losing your friend in a car crash versus the chances of losing your friend in a bike
Yup,
crash,
I agree.
it's way different. And also, you have to be really fucking stupid to like kill yourself in your car.
Yeah.
To die on your bike,
Yeah.
it could be a matter of just somebody fucking pulling out in front of you.
More than
Yeah.
likely, it's not going to be your fault.
And
I
more than
agree.
likely, it's not going to be your fault and somebody else not looking where they are.
You have to drive defensively as fuck if you ride a bike. Like you have to.
Yeah.
You're supposed to, but you don't necessarily.
Dude, people are idiot. Dude, listen here, dude. I'm like bikes are common here. There's idiots all around. Like there's people that like turn into my lane. I'm like right next to them. They fucking turn into me. Like I'm like, dude, bro, I'm right
don't-
next to you. Like how do you not see me?
Trust me, I've looked people in their face as they like
Yeah.
change lanes into me,
And they
I'm
still
like,
do.
oh,
Yeah,
that's-
right. Like why?
Yeah. It's so,
Like
honestly, after a while, it started to get funny to me because it's like, yeah, you almost killed me, but like this happens to me.
You're still doing it. Like you're still killing me. Like
yeah. Like you didn't even slow down or stop. You just said, "Oh, well,
like,
you're gonna move. Or I'm gonna
you
move."
know that you're killing me, and you proceed to kill me or try to.
Yeah,
it's so fucking weird.
That's something that, like, that's something I always have in the back of my own mind. Every single time
About
I'm driving.
Someone killing you?
Okay. So every single time I'm driving, I always have that thought in my mind of always make sure you triple look in the summertime for bikes.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I never, ever want to be the responsible party because I have family members and friends, obviously, who ride bikes. And
I'm your family and friend, right?
I mean, yeah.
I'm not your family.
In some ways, you are.
That's cute.
So, oh my god. So, for me, I'm extremely cautious, and I've seen it happen in front of me of somebody pulling out in front of a bike, and luckily the guy on the bike has a great enough reaction in order to like get out of the way.
Swerve.
But even I pull up next to the car and just stare them down. You know, like you're a fucking idiot.
Fuck him.
I have so much respect for people who are on bikes, and eventually I'll get onto one. But for me, it doesn't work in my life right now.
You should ride mine first when you come visit.
I mean, I'm down.
Do it. I'll let you ride it. I don't care.
I'll buy a bike while I'm down there and just leave it there.
Bro, just ride mine. I'll let you ride it.
I don't want to ride a 400.
Fuck you. You're fucking mean. It's better than a 300, and it's like just below a 600. It's like the perfect beginner bike.
I wouldn't ride either of those two though.
You don't even want a 600?
I don't. Honestly, the next bike I get would have to be
a leader bike. A 750.
No, I really want a Gixxer 750.
You're insanity.
What did Taj have? Taj had like an 800 or something, didn't he?
Did he have that on base or like at his like?
He had that on base.
No way. I don't remember.
Yes,
that
when
shit.
he was still living in the dorms. Yeah.
Oh, I was deployed during that time, so I don't remember.
Oh fuck yeah, you were.
I don't remember what he had. What did OC have?
OC had an R6 and a Honda CBR 300.
That's what I thought. I thought he
started. Okay,
does he still have an R6? His R6?
No, he sold that a while ago.
Why though?
He just wanted to not have debt. That was it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, he just wanted to be,
I love my bike though.
Clear.
I mean that motherfucker's making plenty of money trading stocks right now, so he's good.
Yeah, he's big chilling.
Plus,
the
he's
stock
in
market's
fucking
been
Germany
shitty
now.
lately though.
All right, hold on. Before we get on to another fucking tangent,
The stock
there's
market.
one last group of people I need to talk about.
What?
The fucking. So I love Groms, but they are the kids in school
What's
that didn't
a
have enough.
Groms?
Yes, a Grom.
What's that?
Have you never seen a Honda Grom?
Oh, you ride a bike and you don't know what a Grom is?
How have you never seen a Honda Grom? You probably
I'm
know.
Googling
You've probably seen it. You just don't know
Ew!
they didn't have the name.
Okay, wait. Listen, I learned how to ride on that bike, or
Did
like
you really?
something similar to that.
That's a really bad bike to learn on.
I think it's fine, honestly.
It's fun to ride because they're easy to ride.
I took them.
So
I took the fucking safety course on something similar to that size. I don't.
yeah,
but
they
like,
use 125s for
yeah, it was a 125 liter or
Yeah.
CC,
CC.
not liter. 125 liters.
125 God,
You
damn.
imagine? Holy
God damn.
That's like a fucking submarine at that point.
So there's two spectrums of this, right? There's the guys that ride Groms, which are just out there to have fun, honestly.
And
And then there's guys that ride
mobbers.
dude.
Ew.
Then there's the dudes that ride the Ninja H1,
I'm
which-
googling it.
in my opinion, was the scariest bike ever made.
Oh god, it looks beefy as fuck.
It's all chrome silver, right?
It's like green and blue and white, and it has so many body panels and shit. It looks so fucking savage. It has like
Maybe
it has an
the
extended wheel or like yeah, like it has an extended wheelbase.
What is it?
Ninja H1.
Yep, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it looks fucking savage. It looks fucking
that
crazy.
thing was
It's like a 90s bike.
no.
The new one is badass.
new one.
The H2.
My
H2.
bad.
The H2 is different. H2 is different.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
very different.
The
20
H2
that's
is
brand
fucking
new.
insane.
Damn,
The
that
H2
looks
for a few
crazy.
years.
The H2 has been out for a couple years, and
Yeah,
when
it just released in like
out-
17.
It looks crazy though.
Yes, it does.
It looks
That
kind
bike-
of futuristic.
is disgustingly fast.
Yeah, it's like you can take your
What's the
fucking
horsepower number?
your BMW S1000 and literally throw it out the window.
Like
honestly.
100?
This thing will
I
fucking
couldn't even tell you. It's a supercharged motorcycle, though.
Oh,
that tells
yeah.
you.
A supercharged leader bike, inline 4, dual overhead cam, 310 horsepower for a bike.
310 horsepower on something that is
For
two
a
wheels.
bike! Dude, my
and
car
less
is
than
at that
90,
level. Dude, my car is at that level. I can't even imagine that on the weight of you and a
Dude,
bike. I can't imagine that.
Your car has less horsepower than this bike. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that's insane.
Isn't that nuts?
And like the curb weight is 527 pounds.
That bike flies. Literally
524
flies.
pounds. There you go.
So I want y'all to think about this, right? Because this is why I say Kawasaki is JDM as fuck. They went from
They're savage.
the Ninja ZX14, which is a 1400cc motorcycle,
Big bike.
to this fucking thing. They pulled a classic Honda of, all right, cool, we made something that's kind of fast. How much faster can we make it?
Yeah, the ZX14 was 187 horsepower. This thing's 310.
My
almost
uncle
double.
had one.
Which one?
The 1400.
Oh, okay.
And he tried. First of all, this motherfucker tried to get me to learn how to ride on that thing.
He's crazy.
I couldn't even stand it up.
Don't be his friend anymore.
Dude, the fact that this bike is a stock bike and it has a fucking slipper clutch,
Yes.
dude, that's insane.
Max speed is 186 miles per hour.
With a tune, no joke, because I've seen people tune them already. It's literally just like an ECU lock. No joke, you get like 30 more mile an hour out of it. It's insane.
Can we kind of talk about the aftermarket scene of bikes? Like how different it is from cars?
I think the aftermarket scene for bikes is kind of shit.
It is.
Well, I don't know about that, but I know that installing aftermarket parts is really simple compared to cars. Because like an exhaust, your whole exhaust is exposed right there. Like it's just a couple of bolts, and then you bolt on your new one, and you're done.
Maybe 40 minutes if you're like taking your time.
Yeah, it's so fucking easy. Even a downpipe is not that hard. I hit my mic.
Literally, and you don't even need to buy a whole exhaust system if you want a new exhaust. You can just get a slip-on.
You can get a fucking a slip-on, or you can get a slip-on plus downpipe, which is just like one more fucking tube that goes to the fucking headers, and that's it. It's that easy.
It's the simplest thing. Like, if anyone wants to really get into automotive stuff, a cheap motorcycle is the way to go.
Yeah,
because you can learn about your clutch, you can learn about obviously all of your components.
Yep.
Exhaust, and it's all right there, just like that.
Yep.
Wait, dude, there's an H2R.
No way.
There's an H2R. It's straight up just a track bike, and it comes with fucking launch control.
Oh, that's disgusting.
What would you say is the most
$55,000? Oh my god,
guys! What would you say is the most savage Japanese car brand today?
Today?
Yes.
Today?
Car brand.
None of them.
I would say
they're all a bunch of pussies.
Yeah, honestly.
Okay, yeah, because like I'd say Nissan, but
I would borderline say Nissan just because of the fact that the 370 is still a thing.
Yeah, but they haven't updated their shit in 20 years, right? So Ninja is kind of like the Dodge of the Japanese world, or not Ninja. Kawasaki is like the Dodge of the Japanese world, I would say.
Agreed.
Like they're savage.
Yeah.
Like they go hard in the paint, right? They go fucking hard on their shit.
If you ever see a bike on the road, or at least this is the way it used to be for me when I would ride a lot, I would see mostly three types of bikes.
Mm-hmm.
I would see a Gixxer, a 600 or 750. Doesn't really matter. They're the same fucking bike.
I don't like Gixxers because they're Cyclopses.
It'd be a CBR 600 of some form, a double R, or just a basic whatever. Or you see 18 variations of a fucking Ninja every day. Those were the brands at the time to me that were just taking everything from everyone. No one cared about KTM. No one was trying to ride dirt bikes. It was, let's buy these sport bikes because, one, they sell for really good prices at the time. And, dude, you can just go fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Damn.
I think what proves that Kawasaki is the most savage brand is the fact that their beginner bike, they start at 400 cc's. Versus everyone else is still down at like 250 or 300. But like Kawasaki's like, nah, fuck that. We're going to 400, and that's why I got one.
But the only, and this is kind of off topic a little bit, but the only reason I give you shit for buying a 400 is because you would have the same experience on a 600 for I think a little bit more.
Yeah, but I save money though.
That's what I just said. It'd be a little.
And now
bit
I can
more.
go to Walmart and buy an extra set of condoms. I mean,
please watch what you say.
Extra small. I mean,
all right. I think we've been talking about this for long enough.
Yo, we should move on to our side topics now.
Let's move on to our car spotlight. Brian, I think that's you.
Yes, it is.
That's you?
Yeah.
That's a Jake car, if I'm being honest.
So it would be a Jake car if we were talking about the 2022 one.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the 2004 one from Fast and
Tell
Furious.
everyone what car it is.
It's the Ford Lightning.
Yes.
You know that little red truck that they were driving with all the JDM parts in the back?
It's the one from the first Fast and Furious, right? That Paul was
the red truck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
The delivery truck.
Yep. That's the one.
That's a little. The only reason I was really thinking about this car recently, Hoonigan, the wonders that they are, put a 2J in it.
No.
Oh yeah, they did. I forgot about that. Didn't they get the exact truck? Didn't they get that truck?
No, they didn't get the exact truck, but they got Paul's brother to drive it.
No shit.
Is that car?
So that's badass.
Or is that truck rear wheel or all wheel drive?
Rear, I believe.
It's rear. It's rear.
Okay.
Yeah, it's rear.
What
It's
is
not all-wheel drive.
what is the stock engine that comes in that truck?
It's 5. If I'm not mistaken, it's a 5.4.
A 5.4 what, V6 or
V8. V8.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. It's so essentially that engine is what is in the Ford GT
Of the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because now
Maybe I'm wrong. No, it might have been a 5.8.
now the Ford GTs have V6s, so
Yeah. No, I think that might have been in the engine in the GT 500. If I'm thinking about it right.
This ran in the early 2000s, right? Like 1994 or
I think it was up to 2005. I think is
1999 to like 2004, 2005-ish time frame. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's when they changed the body style. Was it like early mid 2000s?
It's a two-door like not mini, but like a truck.
It's a single cab. It's a single cab truck.
Yeah, single cab truck. Okay.
Yeah. So essentially, single cab trucks are mostly work trucks, but they made this thing into a fucking street monster.
Sick.
For no goddamn reason.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Because Ford does it
5.4
right.
V8. Yeah. Okay.
The reason I really brought this up is because a couple weeks ago, someone showed me the new
Someone.
someone that doesn't need to be named. We all know him though. They showed me the new one, the new Ford Lightning that's coming out.
There's a new one.
Yeah,
It's all electric, baby.
Is it out yet, or is it coming out?
No, but think
It's
about this, right?
Coming out
Next year.
beginning of next year, I think.
Yeah,
Middle? Something like that.
I think
2022. Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
So look, the reason that I think that the new one's pretty fucking awesome has nothing to do with the fact that it's full electric. It is a full-size truck for under $40,000. That to me,
Electric
is
truck,
absolutely-
electric, fully electric, right?
fully electric.
Yeah.
It can literally, no joke, it can power your house.
Yes.
You can
I
plug
think-
it into your house
look,
in a power outage and power it. That's insane.
I think electric trucks are a great idea because of like the torque that you get from those cars, right?
Yes.
It's just scary to think about towing for long periods of time because you got to think. Look, like the towing capacity on those is going to be like probably 8 to 10,000 pounds.
Yeah.
That's 8 to 10,000 pounds that you're putting on an electric motor. The strain on that electric motor is going to run those batteries to the ground.
Oh, facts.
That's true.
Honestly, like if your range,
But
because
how
I think
often
they
do
said
you
the
tow?
range on it.
300 miles is the range.
How often do you
300
tow though? You know, like
That's the thing. We're not talking about me. We're talking about truck consumers.
Also, I don't think that this truck is going to sell very well.
Well, I'm
don't
talking
know.
about like towing in general. You want a truck because you can tow, but that doesn't mean that you always tow.
I get that, but what I'm saying is that I don't think it's going to be a truck that is worth towing with at all.
Okay, yeah.
Because honestly, like with a 300-mile range, if
Mhm.
I put 8,000 pounds on the back of it, that's another double the weight of the truck, if not
Yeah.
more. So in my opinion, I feel like you're not going to get more than 180 miles on a fucking charge trying to tow.
Yeah.
But
okay.
how often are you going to be towing for that long?
Yeah.
You know?
It kind of just fucking. It kind of just fucking depends on the person who's buying it.
It's probably just going to be a bunch of rich suburban dads
Yeah.
get these trucks and tow their boats with
Wait,
them.
that's
The
actually.
fucking-
It's interesting that Ford is releasing this car because they just released the Ford Maverick. Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's supposed to be the replacement. I think it's the replacement for the Ranger.
So the Ford
Or is it
Maverick
supposed
is
to be another version?
the Ford Maverick is a entry level truck. I guess the Ford Lightning would be like the next tier up, right?
Yeah.
Well, the F-150 would be.
So the Ford Maverick is the Ford Lightning is
What about the Ranger though?
No,
Are they getting
dude.
rid of the Ranger?
dude. The Ford Lightning is definitely below the F-150. There's no way that it's not like
But it is an F-150, is what I'm saying.
Yes, it is.
And
It's just an electric
It's still
one,
going to be
okay.
like it's still going to be like 50, 60 grand. It's going to be the same
Hold on,
fucking
hold on,
price.
hold on. Because I forgot something as we were talking about this. Jake, what's our next topic also?
Ford removing all their cars.
And because you were bringing up, what are they doing about the Ford Ranger?
Ford is removing all of their car models.
They already have.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Ford is pretty much embracing what America is doing. America, at
Which
least
is
like
a smart decision. I can't like
it's a smart
not happy
decision.
about it, but
It's a smart decision, but we're not like really happy about it, right? So
no.
the majority of consumers are pretty much buying up crossovers and SUVs and trucks, right? Like nobody wants cars anymore.
Because
Cars-
their gas mileage is matching cars
Yeah.
from 10 years
Well,
ago
like,
now.
So I would say that the majority of crossovers anyway are just lifted cars. Like they're just cars that are lifted, right?
Yeah, like
so-
the Ford EcoSport, that's exactly what it's
like,
supposed to be.
They're literally based off of car platforms. So, the fucking, I don't know. It's weird, right? Like there's I don't know what these like fucking white moms are doing to the car market, but they're ruining it. Like everyone wants a crossover. It's just a car that's lifted. It's a front wheel drive base platform, and it's offered in all wheel drive if you want it. That's all it is.
But it makes sense. Honestly.
Yeah. Like as
'Cause,
a
like,
business
all of
move, it
them-
makes sense. Yes,
It
for
makes
sure.
well, it makes sense from because like we also got to think. You mentioned consumers earlier.
Yeah.
Enthusiasts versus consumers. It's fucking.
Oh, for sure.
It's 10-1 consumers versus
For sure. Yeah.
enthusiasts.
For sure.
So
About car
they don't. But that's the thing. That's why they have
the
released.
consumers would just prefer a crossover over a
Yeah,
fucking
but
sedan.
that's the thing. The fact that they were able to get rid of all of their cars now and have the crossovers and SUVs only means that they can put more time, money, and research into their sport stuff.
Yeah.
So like the Mustang for 2021, 2022, they re-released the Mach 1.
Oh hell yeah.
And it's dude, the body, dude, boner, straight up. Like
Yeah.
the exhaust, no joke. One exhaust pipe of the four, because it's dual exhaust, but it's a quad tip. You can put your fist inside of it and still wiggle it around. Those bitches are big.
So Ford as of right now still sells the Ford Fusion.
Not for long.
You guys think that that's gonna like shoot up in value, or is no one gonna give a fuck about
No,
it?
not at all. Not
Okay.
at all. So that's the thing. It's a consumer car. They're still going to keep support for it for the next 15, 20 years because people are still going to be able to drive them.
Yeah.
Because the new ones are fairly reliable. Their engines aren't terrible.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's going to be a car, that all the parts on it are going to be super generic. That it's going to have pieces that like, let's say, oh God, I'm trying to think something that like one of the crossovers and those would probably share. Honestly, even like the Ford EcoSport in the Ford Fusion, they might share the same fucking suspension.
Yeah.
Possible.
So I'm actually on the Ford website right now, and like what I'm seeing is the first category is SUVs and crossovers. The second one is trucks and vans, and like the last category is cars. and the only two that are available is the Mustang and the Ford Fusion, but that shit's being fucking discontinued as of like next year, I think. But like at the top of the website, it says Mustang and Bronco. So I think what Ford is gonna do, like they're gonna start their own like kind of special divisions of these like horse fucking models. The Mustang being the sports car, and the Bronco being the off-roader car, right?
So, I like that they have an electrified category too. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Hell yeah.
As weird as it is to see electric cars coming
There's an
into
electric
play now,
Maverick, yeah.
Yeah. So as weird as it is to see these electric cars coming in, it's cool to see what they're doing with them because they're not doing a bad job.
I think it's a good thing, but
it is
for enthusiasts. I think it's a different story.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You also got to think about it. Your average enthusiast has a car in the garage, and then their daily is something cheap.
Yes.
These cars are really not that expensive. So, and also you can see that the 2020 Fusion Hybrid is a 2020. We're about to start releasing 2022 cars. We're already starting to release 2022 cars. So that car is still on their website, but they're not making any more models of it.
Yeah,
it's gone.
2020 is the last year of the Ford Fusion.
Yeah. So, like for the
which was last year.
Like I saw a 2021 Ford F-150 Power Boost earlier. So the Power Boost, it's the hybrid. So it's the EcoBoost with an electric motor for low speed driving. I think it's up to 25 miles an hour. It's in electric mode. Then it kicks on the engine.
Okay.
So when I was in the parking lot at the ortho doctor earlier for my knee, a new one of those drove by me, and all I heard was a whine. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I realized it was an F-150. So I think it's cool though, because you still got to think, these trucks are still coming with a twin turbo V6 that still has a capability of pulling, still has a capability of doing everything it needs to do, but low end when you're just like sitting in traffic, going through the neighborhood, going through a parking lot, your engine's off, you're saving gas.
Here's the kind of thing that I like about Ford. They're embracing the turbo V6s, whereas Chevy and Dodge, they're like against that shit.
Because I think a lot of the people at the top over on like Chevy and Dodge's side are kind of purists. They're like the guys that fucking go to the bars and wear like leather jackets and shit, and like they're the dudes that think if it doesn't have
measure all the time.
If it doesn't have a supercharger, keep it out of my engine bay.
They're Pentastar V6 from Chrysler is fucking shit.
Dude, these turbocharged fucking V6 EcoBoost engines are pretty savage from Ford.
They're solid. Like, let's be real.
They've been doing it for a while too. Like
they're awesome.
They were ahead of the game.
First couple to like really get into it and say, yeah, we're gonna invest in this and it's gonna work for us.
Yeah.
Like Chevy tried doing it and they're still doing it. Like my car is a fucking GMC Terrain. It has a 1.5 liter turbo engine. It's fucking garbage. It's shit. Like, and they have a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder turbo Chevy Silverado, their truck.
Jesus.
And it is also
a 4-cylinder, you said?
It's a 4-cylinder turbo engine.
No.
Dude, it sounds like shit. It feels like shit. It shifts like shit. It's just a shit fucking car.
They're not good.
No, they're not.
I think Chevy is only focused on like their higher end models and not their base models. Their base models are ass. Like, who wants a Chevy Sonic? Or like, nobody fucking wants that shit, bro. Nobody wants that shit. I'd rather get a Focus, and like those don't even exist anymore.
Facts.
I know. No, it's just fucking stupid. Like they. I understand what they're trying to do, but I feel like they're not putting enough research and development into actually making an engine that's good. They're just throwing something together that they know is cheap, that they know they can replace for little to no cost, while also running up your bills and them not having to worry about it because they're still getting paid.
I think Ford is the only one out of the big three, like fucking American car brands that embraces this change early on. And I think that the fact that they're doing it so early on is gonna like benefit them for the future, right? Because
I agree.
Chevy and Dodge, they don't want to touch like V6s and shit. They don't want to do that shit. But they're going to have to in the future. Like we are moving towards smaller engines, but with like some sort of forced induction, right? Like we are moving towards that. And Chevy and Dodge are just like not embracing it.
I just don't really understand why they can't just fucking like get with the program, but understand what the fuck is it. Like they're not doing it right. They're just not.
Yeah. I think it's
pissing me off.
fine. It's fine to save your V8s for like your sports cars and shit, but like for your base lineup, I don't think that's smart.
No,
Absolutely
I
not.
agree. Yeah, I don't know. I think, Ford is definitely doing it right. And, I've always been more of a Ford guy. I've always loved Ford's cars really more than any of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that drives a Dodge Ram, I'm sorry, you're a fucking piece of shit. You don't know how to drive.
Even the TRX?
That's a different story. That's a badass truck. If I see you speeding around, I'm gonna be like, respect, bro, respect.
Yeah.
Same with the Raptor. If I see somebody in a Raptor speeding around, I'm like, yeah, dude, that's what I'm talking about.
If you go buy a Raptor, go big. I'm here
Bro,
for
if you're buying a Raptor, fuck me up, fam. Like, run my ass over. I'm
Fuck
cool
me
with it.
up.
Like, I'm sorry, I was in your way.
Run my car over.
Just fucking monster truck that shit, bro. You can handle it. Insurance will pay for it. I'm
I was
good.
about to say, I got good insurance. You got this.
Yeah, it's fine. It's no big deal. But I have the same look at, Silverados that I have the same look as, Fords. I think they're just good trucks. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
With their respective models, of course, with their proper V8s and the Chevys. Because, if you don't have a V8 and a Chevy, I'm sorry, you're a pussy. But if you have an EcoBoost and a Ford, that's just a good fucking engine.
What about a Chevy Sonic?
And you can just go to hell.
The one from Transformers.
If it was that one, then I would take it all day long. Because that bitch was all-wheel drive.
I wanna bring up one more point. I feel like a segment of vehicle that will become increasingly popular as time goes on will be the entry-level off-roader, right? So Ford has made the Bronco Sport for a fucking reason. Okay, the Bronco Sport, amazing idea. I think it's an amazing idea.
I hate it, though.
I know that you might hate it, right? But listen, that category will sell. It's it's like similar to the crossovers, but it's actually off-road capable.
Yeah.
I think
that's a really cool.
That's a great
really
segment
cool
of car
honestly.
to make in this day and age.
It has all the different modes for off-roading, like trail, snow, sand, gravel. It has all of that, dude.
Yep.
And it's like it has all those same options as what the actual Bronco has, but the actual Bronco is just made for men.
But what if you're broke?
Well, I guess you're.
Or what if you're like a white mom that doesn't know anything about cars and just has like a husband that does some stupid ass job? Like,
okay, so if I was with a girl who decided to buy a Bronco,
don't get with girls, by the way.
A Bronco Sport. Oh, what?
Nothing?
So if I was with a girl that decided to buy a Bronco Sport, I would seriously try to advise them otherwise.
She's probably cheating already. And you're not even with her yet.
Shit.
Damn, this is getting way deeper than I was hoping.
Yo, okay, go ahead.
That was excessive.
Yeah, no, it's I don't know, like the Bronco Sport, just like it's so in my opinion. So I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this, but throughout the years, young white girls decide to transfer from different cars as they come out.
Oh,
so
their cars are dirty as fuck.
2016 to 2017 was the Chevy Equinox. You see them all the time, and white chicks driving them.
Facts.
2018 to 2020 was the
Wrangler.
Jeep Cherokee.
That's disgusting. Fuck.
Or Wranglers too. But that's a girl fantasy of all girls. That's a fantasy of all girls.
Oh god, that's gross.
But now all these white girls want to get.
They have used condoms in their backseat.
Bronco Sport. They want to get the Bronco Sport because it's another cheap model car that's being sold that, you know, they can drive around for a few years, be happy about it, and then move on to the next cheap thing. So
I just want to make a point.
It's so funny because every single time I notice it, I'm just like, dude, how why is this a thing? Like,
I just want to make a point.
Something cooler.
The dirtier her car is, the more of a hoe she is. I mean,
what the fuck?
What?
Nothing. Let's move on to the last topic.
No, bitch, hold on. Run that back. What?
Bro,
I don't understand.
It's always the girls with the dirtiest fucking car that are like, that have like fucking 17 male best friends on fucking Snapchat. With like 20 plus fucking streaks going on with like 20 other dudes.
That's wild.
What do you mean that's wild? You already know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but that's still fucking wild.
Dude, their cars are nasty as fuck. There's like lotion bottles and fucked up shit, and like they're fucking.
It's like they live in their cars, but they have a place that they live in.
It's like they're like past fucking 50 Starbucks orders are like all over the back seats and shit.
Hey, yo, if you can't even throw away the Starbucks cups, get out of my face.
Yeah, you need to get your life together if you can't get rid of that shit. Oh my god.
Jesus.
If there's any girls listening, I'm so sorry. Please
no, he's not. Don't listen.
Don't ignore me. You can text me at 705
Stop. We're moving on. Brian, go ahead and take this one, brother.
All right, so our last topic for the day. I'm so sorry that this was a thing today. I found a page recently that does some pretty cool stuff on YouTube. They're called Junkyard Digs.
Is it Pornhub? Oh, sorry.
All right. You know what? This is why we're ending early. Right. This is literally just these two people going around and fixing the most old, raggedy pieces of shit cars you could imagine.
It's a YouTube channel, right?
It is. Junkyard Digs.
Ew, they fixed a limo?
Yeah. The way I found them was actually a video from like 5 days ago where they worked on Nolan from Donut Media's
Imperial?
Yeah, his 1952 Imperial.
What is an Imperial?
It is,
for those who don't know.
An old Chrysler.
It's a truck.
What?
Is it a truck?
No.
What is it?
I don't even know how to explain it.
It's a fucking
all of the cars in like the Mafia games.
So it's a sedan, but like a 1950s sedan.
Yes.
What's it called again?
Has not
It's an Imperial.
What?
It's an Imperial.
Yes.
Yeah, he asked what it was. I'm answering him.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't hear him.
Don't what me when I'm actually not dumb. I mean,
you are. But...
you're right. I'm stupid.
We had a whole conversation yesterday, and you were the only one lost.
Me?
All right.
Oh fuck! Please don't talk about that. I missed one word, and the whole meaning of that conversation was like skewed in my brain.
Missed one word and started arguing with us like we were brain dead.
Like, dude, you confused the shit out of us so much. I was literally sitting on my couch texting, and I was completely questioning life. I didn't know what the fuck.
I had no clue if I like said something wrong, and I kept reading it, and I'm like, no, this is just him being dumb.
I kept reading it too, but I kept missing like.
How did you skip the same word 4 times? Because you sent us that same message 4 fucking times.
I don't know. I read it 3 times.
You fuck.
So I guess the 3rd time I read it is when I got it because I actually took my time.
Until Jake sent you a screenshot of it.
No, I scrolled up and read it to find out. Okay, let's just move on.
Up and. Oh my God.
Anyway, all right, let's finish this out real quick. Let's finish this out real quick. It's super cool. They do a bunch of really old cars. They do some really cool stuff too. If you got like 45 to an hour to watch a video, they do really
45 hours is what he's saying.
45 hours.
Is that what you're saying?
They have more than that worth of videos on here. But yeah, man, that's all I got for them. I just think it's pretty cool that they do it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh shit! I was playing the video by accident.
What?
That's okay. Just keep going.
Jake, you want to end this out?
I want them to. I'm really curious about this fucking limo.
Now you want a limo?
Yeah, I don't want a limo. I just want to watch this video, like right after I'm done with this podcast.
Dude, and they're like, you don't find a lot of people that are good at like restoring old cars like this.
Mm-hmm.
they like the dude at least.
Ooh.
He's just knowledgeable as fuck, and it kind of concerns me. Cause like you shouldn't know stuff about this car like that.
He's like Ludacris in Fast and Furious,
Yes.
but for old cars,
Yeah,
and
that
not
dude
a
knows
fucking
everything.
hacker that can hack the fucking world
fucking
cybersecurity
Taj.
system.
Taj knows everything. Holy God.
Taj.
Isn't that his name in the movie?
Is it?
Yes.
Oh,
You're supposed to be a fan.
he
Oh my
fucking
God.
hacks every world government in 1 second. Yeah, all he did was tune cars in his garage.
Yeah.
That's a smart motherfucker right there.
Sounds like you need to get your game up.
Oh man. All right. Well, I think that's gonna be the end of this episode.
Text me. I mean,
Yeah. Don't text them. That's
No,
just
text
we
him.
don't.
Texting AI, help.
Stop.
if there's any girls fucking listening, text me. I want to ditch my AI girlfriend.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Okay. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching this episode, listening to this episode, and we will talk to you later.
Bye. Still, text me.
Oh, end it!